Shalom, shalom. This is Kapalia, a.k.a. Pops out of GMS Chicago with a quick sit down. Before I get started, though, like always, I want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakwadash, to the apostles and elders of GMS out of New York, the elder bishops out of Connecticut, the couple of floating apostles that's down in Nebraska, and then over to Iowa, and then here in over here in Naptown, and come to Chicago and whatnot, just moving around. Send double honors because they do rule well. But brethren around the world pushing the truth uncut, unfiltered, giving the good, the bad, and ugly of the scriptures, correctly breaking down the prophecies and the interaction with the people on the planet declaring warning. I send salutations. For the hopeful elect, I hope this is edifying. For the Aquaf, the fear and the truth is listening, sincere, the chair to keep doing so. For the corners call for reprobate truth, they're Israelites. 17 other nations who in the midst of Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble is going to get a whole lot worse. But anyway, you see what I got keyed up. I got a couple things here about New York City and this, that, and the other. Like I said, out there, exactly what I just said. The apostles and the elders are out in the middle of this and whatnot. And it's affecting them, but they're not affecting them. It's affecting them because they're in the middle of it. It's not affecting them because they know it's coming. Okay? And this, that, and the other. So in the process of, we gonna be in the middle of these types of things, and like I said, this stuff is only going to amp up and ramp up and get worse. Okay, and we go wind up in the middle of it, and like I said, Yahweh Shai is coming to save us. Okay, and he go to save us. He's got to pull us out of something. Daniel, when they went into the lions' den, he went into the trouble of the lions. When Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego went into the furnace, they went in there, but it was four. Three went in. Three walked in, but the fourth, Yahweh Shai, was already in there with them and whatnot. They came out unscathed in the process. So you get ready to come into something. Like we said, the brother out of South Carolina even said, you're going to be tried. Okay, you're going to be tried. So we got a plethora of brothers. Like I said, you can't keep up with everything that GMS is doing when it comes to these prophecies and what we're doing, or what they're doing and what we're reporting on. So like I said, heavy rain causes severe flooding in New York City. I'm going to hit that one and let that blow through. And then, like I said, I'm going to hit a couple scriptures and whatnot on it, and this, that, and other, and then show you something where as a matter of fact, let me hit the library first. Let me hit the subscriptions first. Where is it at? This is where I want to go. Okay. Just saw something with the one that the apostle had. What am I missing here? How to live, and it was in my feed where he was going into the 15th chapter of 2nd Ezra. Am I missing something here? All right. Well, like I said, I know in my feed I saw something where it had his thing on it. And something was being said with the 15th chapter. And when I opened it up just a little bit, just to check it real quick and whatnot, it was there. So, hold on, let me see. Let me check my library, because I know I saw that. Yeah, see, 43 minutes and 15 seconds. Let me see. I knew I saw it. It came up in my feed.
Gonna make it.
Okay, 2 hours ago or more. All right, see, so I know I saw it. I'm like, am I tripping? I know I just saw it. Oh, his other one, Elders in Transit 3. Okay, that's what it was. So it came up in my feed. I know I saw it. But anyway, long story short, that's what that was about. So now let me get back over here to where I was at and pull this up. So like I just keep writing letters, always a fucking commercial. I'm going to use a 1 minute thing, and they got me put fucking commercial on that.
Millions of people across New York City, New Jersey, Connecticut under flood watches following heavy downpours. All 5 boroughs were hit with severe flooding in New York. The water ankle deep in some areas. The governor declaring a state of emergency, and local officials are warning residents that it's too dangerous to travel by car in some spots.
And take a look at this. This was a scene in Brooklyn this morning. Flooding trapped drivers in their cars. Some people, they tried to drive through anyway. And as you can imagine, the subway. That was extremely disrupted today. Water was pouring into subway stations.
Oh my gosh, this is inside one of the terminals at LaGuardia. Not fun. The floodwater was ankle deep. Travelers having to navigate through all that water before officials finally shut the terminal down. Some flights were either canceled or delayed, and more rain expected tonight.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on this Friday night.
Okay, so you see how it going. You see how it's going out there, and this, that, and the other. So, you know, these scriptures being multi-layered and things of this nature, what you all don't understand, for the ones that don't know, like I said, first of all, the Lord said he thought about it all before, he thought about it all before he set anything in motion. So all this is scripted from the very beginning. Okay, he told the prophets this, he tells the prophets this, time and time again. So since you know this, don't be caught off guard in the process of this. Know that these are the things that you're going to have to go through, and and you're going to be tried. Brother out of South Carolina did a sit down on that. You're going to get tried in this truth. Okay. You are. You just, and the apostles go into that as well. You are going to get tried in this truth, okay? And what, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego going into the furnace, you don't think that was what it was, but what they say, they confidence and their faith in the Lord himself, let them know that, look, King, we're not going to be easy. We're not going to say this easy, basically. I'm paraphrasing it. We're not going to be politically correct on what we tell you, Basically, we're not bowing down to your gold God or this, that, and other, and all this other kind of stuff. We ain't with it. Our God can save us, but even if he don't, we ain't with it. They heated up the furnace or whatnot. 3 of them went in, but Yahushua was already in the midst of it. Daniel in the lion's den. You had the lions in there, but Daniel went in, and the Lord shut the mouths of the lion. So you're going to get pushed into something, and you're going to have to get through it. But your mindset, Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of your time, is going to get you through these things. Why? Because it's got to happen. So since it's got to happen, you can face it. You can face it as a man. Like what he tell Job, gird yourself up like a man, and these types of things. Pull yourself up, pull up on your boots, as the brothers like to say here, 10 toes down. Stand up as a man with 10 toes down, and deal, okay, because it's coming. So let me just get this scripture here, one right here, because like I said, scriptures are multi-layered, and you got deep meanings and you got surface meanings that can be there. Okay, this is Psalms 148. I'm gonna read 7 and 8. Praise Yahweh from the earth, ye dragons and all deeps. Fire and hail, snow and vapor, stormy wind fulfilling his word. Okay, all these things are those things. Okay, all of this is that. Fulfilling his word. Okay, he said none of his words will come back void. So pestilences and all these other kinds of things is going to be part of it. Jacob's trouble and a troubling time being there is going to be that. Okay, it's going to be that. But like I said, this isn't bad yet. Okay, this isn't bad yet. You still got a green tree out here on some level. Okay, this isn't bad yet. It's getting there. Okay, like I said, the apostle was going into Second Ezra, the 15th chapter. I'm gonna go in there too, but it's gonna be on. It's gonna be on a more surface note. of just basic scriptures, because I know that it's deeper than that as well. But I'm gonna read them at face value and show you how, like I said, you got to be able to peel back these layers and be able to understand exactly what's being said. Okay, but I'm going to use it as a surface value and show you that as well, and know that there's deeper meanings in the midst of it. Okay. But look at what he just said. Stormy wind, fulfilling his word. Okay. You got winds of destruction, which is the nuclears, and all this other kind of stuff that's going to eventually come down the pipe and be all of that. Okay. But look what he said. You have wind and storm out there creating a situation that's got them 2/3 and people not in the know jacked up in the head. Okay. And the Lord's gonna make it where you know it's him and whatnot. And even if he used Satan to create it, Esau, Edom, harp technology and all this other kind of stuff. It's still nothing happens without it being the plan of the Lord. As a matter of fact, let me get a quick scripture to back that up real quick. Amos 3:6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and Yahweh hath not done it? So there's nothing good or bad that happens that the Lord isn't in control of it. Period. Okay. So let me go over here to 2nd Ezra now and get this. Okay, 2nd Ezra 15. I'm gonna read 5 through 11. Then I'm gonna jump down. 2nd Ezra 15. Starting at 5. Behold, says how I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, the famine, death, and destruction. The Lord said, I'm going to do all that. Whether I'm using Esau and his so-called technology or germ warfare or whatever it might be, biological warfare, whatever it might be. All of it. He couldn't do none of it if I didn't say it was all right. Okay? And then some. That's why they think that they untouchable now. But they know they gonna get touched. Why? Because we bring it straight out the scriptures. Okay? They being allowed to do certain things. What's that that saying Apostle Bar always goes into it. May our endeavors be successful, noise or a storm or something like that. It's something to do on the dollar bill. May our endeavors or something. Whatever we try to do, let it be successful. Okay? And that type of thing. So this Edomite, because he done had so much success here in America with all the shit that he done pulled, he think he can just keep pulling. But like I said, soon, his prognosticators and all this other stuff, they starting to fail them. They don't understand exactly what's going on, but that's why they in such a they starting to feel the feverish pitch to get that C hip, and everything leads to the C hip. Everything leads to the sea hip. This is prophecy. That's one of the major prophecies that we're waiting on. Because when he dropped that, then we're going to have to, he's going to draw the line, and the hopeful elect is going to see that line and say, no, like John Rope in there's a line I won't cross. I'm not going to fight against my Lord, Yahweh Yahweh Shai, and my lords, Yahweh Yahweh Shai. I'm not gonna fight against them and come on your side and hope that he's still gonna save me. Nah, if I take that, I know I'm through. I know I'm done. So, like I said, I gotta call on his names, believe in him, and be willing to stand on that, even in the death, if that's what's required of me. I don't know what my lot is in this, but I know I can't do that. Period. I was taught that young. I learned that young. Okay, long before the truth. So for him to then turn around and bring the truth to me through my son that I told him when he was young, long before I knew anything about the truth. Okay? There's a line that we just can't cross. And I hope that the Lord bless all the brothers. Okay? All the brothers, all the Akim around the world with that mindset to know that they can't take that and deal accordingly. Okay? And protect them and set up that hedge around them. He said he's going to, you know. So that's all we can do is go into that with faith. All right. So now let me get back. Just read it. Behold, says Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Okay, so remember now, look at all the plagues that he did in Egypt and then some. He said all those coming back and then some. All right. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. They being fulfilled now. Like I said, they go drop that. See, that's a prophecy. To drop the MOTB, to make you have to choose between Esau and Yahweh Shai. Okay? All of it got to be fulfilled. That's a prophecy. That's a major prophecy. It's got to be fulfilled. So the whole world has got to be presented with that. Okay? Therefore says Yahweh, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. How is he not holding his tongue? The prophets are out here talking about it. I'm sitting here talking about it. Okay, bringing these scriptures out. All right, which they profanely commit. And we tell them, you must profane outside of the sanctuary. Okay? You're not righteous and you're not holy in your endeavors, but you're doing them. You're allowed to do them at this time, Esau. But there's a consequence behind all this. You don't want to even face your old consequences of what you did here in America. You want to call American history critical race theory now. See what I'm saying? So this motherfucker wants to try to dunk. He don't want to pay his tab. He got a blood tab, and he's got to pay it, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me. Duh, what am I doing? I'm crying out. I'm telling them, y'all go catch it. Y'all go get it for this. The Lord said he's going to get it. The Lord says that y'all going to get it for this. This is literally what I'm saying here. Okay? I will suffer them in those things which they have wickedly exercised themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Okay, and therefore says Yahweh, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. And Esau, Edom, having been Cain first, that spirit, and then Esau, and spread among them, all that blood, going back to the very first brother that was slain by his brother, that spirit there. All that blood is required by the Lord. Okay. And therefore says the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all of the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Not suffer them to dwell in the land of Egypt. And like I said, I was a little loopy the other night when I was talking with my son and whatnot, because I had been up for almost 16, 18 hours easy, and he come and get me at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. We trying to do a sit down on the way home and whatnot, and some things was a little thing, and he cleaned it up for me as well as he could. But like I said, this is a lot of the scriptures that I was talking about coming out of Egypt. Okay. But at the same time, I'm thinking about how our people want to go down in Egypt, how they want to go down there. And that's what it was about with the Ephraimite sit down that me and my son started off with the other night. So I'm saying this is, our people want to go down and try to get refuge and help from the fucking enemy that done proved himself to be your fucking enemy the entire time that you done been here. When he showed up and you was already here, he started fucking over you. And he's been doing it to this day. And you still think that you can build an American dream in this bitch. You're fucked up. Verse 7, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before and will destroy all the land thereof. America's going to be destroyed. Period. Let me jump down to 37 to 39. Okay? And there shall be great fearfulness and trembling upon the earth, and they that see the wrath shall be afraid, and trembling shall come upon them. Okay? Like I said, this is going to elevate to the point where everybody gonna know it's Yahweh while Yahweh Shai is doing this. Okay? Okay? They're gonna know this. Like I said, first they go marvel at the Edomite and what he's doing, but then as it escalates even more, they go get a chance to know that all this is the Lord. You know, this got to be the Lord. But the point being here in 38, and then shall there come great storms from the south and from the north, and another part from the west. That's a basic storm. It's going to get a whole lot crazier when missiles and everything are let go to fly and all this other kind of stuff. Okay? But that's basic. That's basic. And 39, and strong wind shall rise from the east and shall open it, and the cloud which is raised up in wrath, and the star stirred to cause fear toward the east and west shall be destroyed. Like I said, you got different layers on this. Like I said, we know destruction is coming to America. And like I said, and that's what they were saying. You know, you're in the midst. That's what the apostle was saying. You're in the midst of 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. Okay? You're in the midst of it. And it's going to escalate. It's going to get a lot deeper. It's going to get a lot deeper. A lot more severe. But you got little lightweight telltale signs right now showing you how it's jumping down the pipe. And y'all don't want to see it? So that's why that's why he's gonna come as a thief in the night on you 2/3. And you other 17 other nations. That's why it's gonna be like a thief in the night when Yahweh sends Yahweh shot back and let him cut loose full fury, and he doesn't meet the world as a man this time around. Ain't nothing changed. The game plan ain't changed. The script didn't change. It's still happening. It's still on. It's still on and it's still popping. Period. So I hope that's edifying for you to know that, like I said, even though you see all these things coming down the pipe and the things that you're going to be in the midst of and exposed to, it's still being governed and controlled by Yahweh Shai anyway. So stay prayed up and ask the Lord to give you the mind to get through it. And if, like I said, Stephen went into death, read the riot act to the Pharisees and the Sadducees, got stoned, and saw Yahweh Shai standing on the right-hand side of Yahweh in the midst of that. And stones hitting, but it don't say he said, it doesn't mention anything about him feeling any pain in the process. You're going to put these bodies off anyway. So that's how you have to look at it. He that's willing to lose his life shall find it. Hope that's edifying. Want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, and Kakodash. To the apostles and elders of GMS out of New York, again, double honors. Elder bishops out of Connecticut. A couple of bishops down in Naptown. A couple of apostles down in Naptown. Double honors. Hopefully, hope that's edifying. Aqua, if you're and truly listening, so say the chair to keep doing so. Whole first group, brothers declaring war on the planet. That whole first group, a hearty shalom. 2/3 Israelites, 17 other nations, a barber ball.